It's time to show you some Disney Plus movies to watch. Let's find you some Disney Plus movies to watch. This might surprise you because there will be some movies that are available here that you wouldn't think are available on Disney Plus. Now I'm going to start with one that of course is very popular right now. It's actually not a Marvel movie. I'm actually going to search for it by using the search function, and I will have to sort of skip ahead when I've done my search because there is a video promotion that's playing at the top of Disney Plus. So I need to get to the top of Disney Plus to make this search, and I don't want that copyright strike. So I'll count you down. 3, 2, 1. First one is Avatar, Fire and Ash. Now this is brand new to Disney Plus at the point of me making this video, so it's definitely going to be one of the top picks. It was a hit success, as of course Avatar usually is in the box office, and this is one that you can watch exclusively on Disney Plus. You might have to pay for it elsewhere, so this is definitely why this is one of the main picks for you to want to watch on Disney Plus if you have an active Disney Plus subscription. Whether it's a standard subscription or a premium, this is going to give you a visual treat for the eyes and your ears if you have that Dolby Atmos with your subscription on Disney Plus. Avatar, Fire and Ash, definitely one for you to pick. Now, usually when I'm doing this, I don't pick a sequel, but because the Avatar movies are so popular and there's so many people that watch it anyway, you most likely are seeing this and be like, oh, I've watched the first one, or I've watched Way of Water. Definitely going to want to watch Fire and Ash. So Avatar, Fire and Ash, definitely one of the first picks for you to watch on Disney Plus, as it's more not exclusive to Disney Plus, but it's exclusive to the subscription of Disney Plus. The next one is an absolute classic, Jurassic Park 1. Till this day, Jurassic Park stands out as one of the best dinosaur movies of all time, and accessing this on Disney Plus to get that full experience uninterrupted with ads preferably is absolutely brilliant. I could literally pick this film out to anybody and say, have you seen Jurassic Park? No, you should watch it. So Jurassic Park on Disney Plus, definitely one to you to pick out and watch, and if you haven't watched it, you will be thanking me afterwards. Jurassic Park is number 2. And this next one is a no-brainer. So you've got Star Wars here, and a few Star Wars fans might get upset with me for this, but a few of you might really respect what I'm about to say. So in Star Wars, there's definitely a movie that you can pick up, watch, and enjoy, and recognize a lot of the memes from the movie and the quality of the storytelling. And that's the part where Star Wars fans might dispute me. But I'm going to say a top pick for you to watch right now, even though, of course, it's skipping a lot of the story if it's the first ever Star Wars movie you ever watched, but it will hook you, I guarantee, because of what happens, how it happens, how polarizing it was, and well, not necessarily polarizing, but just how big the movie was when it was released, and that is Star Wars Revenge of the Sith, Episode 3. This movie, released in 2005, till this day, if I need to pick a Star Wars movie to pick up and watch straight away, this is the one. Now, there are other Star Wars movies that are absolutely brilliant, but I'm talking about an entry level, someone can pick it up, watch it, have a good lightsaber battle, epic lore that is being concluded, finding out the story of Darth Vader, and I won't give you too many spoilers there if you aren't into or know anything at all about Star Wars, but if you do know just a slight bit, this movie's still going to excite you, so you won't have to look too deep into the lore, but it will hook you, I guarantee. So that's why Revenge of the Sith is definitely one of the top picks for you to watch in the Star Wars section. And I'm going to shut up because in case the Star Wars fans start ripping me apart as to why it shouldn't be A New Hope or The Phantom Menace. But I think as a beginner, and of course you might be skipping a lot of the story, Revenge of the Sith, because of the score and everything that happens in it and the memes, man, pick up Revenge of the Sith. I just watch it on Disney Plus, man. Because I do randomly, I have all of the Star Wars movies that are absolutely fantastic. I mean, The Empire Strikes. Oh, come on, man. Finn, and just Rogue One. Come on, man. Like everything's a no-brainer in Star Wars. But I'm just saying, bro. If you pick up Revenge of the Tiff, bro, you are happy. That's what I'm saying. It's a good in-between for fans, and what happens, I believe, it's kind of a good in-between. I'm going to shut up about that now and pick the next movie for you to watch on Disney Plus. I'm going to have to pick something from Marvel. It would be a tragedy if I didn't. So let's pick something from Marvel as well. So this is very difficult for me. Like, here's the reason why. Because Marvel is such an interconnected story, and there's so much going on with crossovers and characters and how they interact and how big it is when they cross paths and what happens in the story of the Infinity Saga and each phase. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick one of the top Marvel movies that you can watch right now, and although of course it is a sequel to a massive story and overarching story that's being told, to me it's still one of the strongest entries of the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe for a variety of reasons, and that is Avengers Infinity War. If you pick Avengers Infinity War as one of your first Marvel movies to watch, you will be fascinated and most likely want to watch more from the movies. You will be like, I need to see what's going on here. Why is this purple alien doing so much? How cool is it that Iron Man's able to do these things? Who's interacting with who and why? Avengers Infinity War is that entry. So Avengers Infinity War is a no-brainer, definitely one of the strongest movies in the entire MCU. The next one might surprise a lot of you, and that is going to be Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, and here's why. This movie is a standalone movie. If you watch Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, not much is ruined for you in terms of the MCU, until of course the very end, where of course something happens, where he connects with another character. But until that point, there are things that happen that you could, as a fan, pick up on and be like, oh yeah, he's that character from so-and-so, but there's not too much of that. It's a brilliant movie, great fight choreography, a brilliant story that's being told from beginning, middle and end, and it's also some practical effects in there that you might want to check out. So as a standalone Marvel movie, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings is absolutely brilliant in that way, and it's definitely a standout. The longer the MCU progresses, the more Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings sort of stands out. Yes, there are other movies that are very, very strong in the MCU, but Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings is absolutely brilliant for how standalone it is. Now, you could argue that, of course, Black Panther 1 is another one, and there are many movies that connect to what's coming next in the MCU, and I'm pointing to these two right here, Thunderbolts, and of course, Fantastic Four First Steps, Deadpool and Wolverine, and Captain America Brave New World, Multiverse of Madness, literally all of the movies that are connecting more dots as to what's coming next in the next saga. But those two movies that I've just pointed out, one's a standalone that you can watch on its own, another is a movie that is going to make you fascinated as to what's happened in the beginning of the MCU phase 1 and then what happens next. Why are all these things happening? What's happening? Jeez Louise, we got Civil War right here. Again, I'm going to have to put Civil War in there as well. Top movie, top movie. You don't have to be into spy espionage in order to enjoy Captain America Civil War. That is another top contender as to a movie. So I'm going to pick 3 out of Marvel. Those are the 3 that I would pick because those 3, fantastic. Now, we're not talking about TV shows, but if I was, it would be Loki. So let's continue before I get too wrapped up in the net of what's going on with the MCU, because oh my days, there's so much to have a look at here. But those are definitely my top picks as to the first ones you should pick up and watch if you're looking for a movie right now in the Marvel section of Disney Plus. Let's continue. You know what I found really hilarious about this video so far in picking movies for you to watch on Disney Plus? You realize just how many years of your life you have spent watching these movies, and then you find it really difficult to pick out standalone movies for people to watch, and I'm finding it hilarious. So I've just went through the Pixar section a second ago, right? There are X-Men Fox movies also there, right? But then, this is where the struggle happened. There's Pixar movies, and there's other family-orientated kids movies that are safe for kids to watch, right? So I'm going through original animations, and I went through the princess section, and I've actually watched quite a lot of these movies. So if you skip through, right, of course, I haven't seen The Little Mermaid, though. That's one that I haven't watched, but I've seen Tangled. I've seen the original Little Mermaid, so I might have to watch that Little Mermaid to catch up to exactly what everyone was saying about those movies. But out of the Disney princesses, one that I think you should definitely watch, Beauty and the Beast, is a good movie. The original animation Beauty and the Beast, good movie. I've also seen the new live action, but ones that I would pick, which is a hard toss up between the two, is Aladdin and Mulan. Now, Both of these movies have had live action remakes, but the one that stands out for me out of these two, which is a hard, like, I'm just gonna have to pick both of them, but Mulan you should definitely watch. Mulan, the animation, is one of the most goated sing-along movies, up there with Lion King. Aladdin is brilliant, and of course you have Robin Williams doing one of his best performances, voiceover work, voice acting work and performance in Aladdin. Brilliant movie. Will Smith is in the live action though. So all of these things are definitely movies, but it's hard to pick just one. But right here, Mulan, Aladdin, and Lion King. I don't know where Lion King is. It shouldn't be in the princess section, but Lion King's around somewhere. And then, come on, guys, you have all of the Toy Story movies. So let's be honest right now with The Incredibles. Jeez. Anyway, watch The Incredibles, but I know the memes. But you can watch, and then you got Monsters Inc. and all a bunch of stuff that you can watch. Yeah, it's not even funny how good these movies are. Toy Story 4, yo, to infinity and beyond. The ending. Come on, bro. Don't play with me. Like, it's playing with my emotions, man. It's playing with my emotions. And right here, you have a standout movie. Now, the reason why The Greatest Showman is definitely one to watch if you have a Disney Plus subscription, or why you should get a Disney Plus subscription, is, again, it's one of those movies that you will have to pay for everywhere else. It's an additional movie in terms of when you have another subscription, a competitor subscription service. So The Greatest Showman, definitely a brilliant. If you're into musicals, like Les Miserables, for example, Hamilton, which is just down below, Annie, and all these different types of movies, Lady and the Tramp, the live-action Aladdin, then the top pick out of all, well, I shouldn't say top pick, but one of the top standout movies is The Greatest Showman. Definitely a movie you should watch. Now, if you are from the 2000 era, don't forget you also have High School Musical. The amount of kids I've sat down and watched High School Musical with, I know lots of lyrics to the songs. I'm not going to lie, but it's also available on Disney Plus, man. There's so much for you to watch on this service. Another standout for the Disney Plus Hulu side of things is Glass. So the M. Night Shyamalan movies, those slight horror movies, thriller movies, Glass is one of those that you probably will have to pay for elsewhere. Now, in the 90s, there's this movie called Dangerous Minds. Brilliant movie, very gritty, and about being in the hood during your trying to get your education. There's a lot going on in that movie. If you remember Gangster's Paradise, that is the theme to Dangerous Minds. So it's definitely a movie you want to check out. Man, I watched this in the early 90s. Dangerous Minds is a bad boy movie. So dark, so much going on with it, so many layers. So there are some Hulu movies that will absolutely be Unbreakable. So Unbreakable is another part of the, it's a prequel to Glass. So there are some sequels and prequels you might want to check out on the Hulu service. A lot of you ladies out there are definitely going to enjoy Dirty Dancing. So Dirty Dancing is going to be a new one that you might want to check out. Now, there's a remake of White Man Can't Jump, but there should potentially be the original, but I'm not going to say there is. I'm not going to promise you anything if I haven't found it. So there are some movies as well on Hulu you are going to check out. And ladies and gentlemen, this is where I'm going to draw this video to a close. I've picked out a few movies to give you an example of what's available and shown you some on screen without showing any promotional or copyright material throughout. If you've enjoyed this video of me absolutely struggling to pick out movies like E.T., bro, come on, man. Like, there's all these Prince of Egypt. That's a DreamWorks movie. By the way, there's another video on the way. I won't spoil what I was about to say. That rhymes almost like I'm a Disney character all of a sudden. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe. There's more where this came from. And I will see you in the next one. And on screen, you should see one of the next ones, potentially, if I've decided to put it there. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.